ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿರಾ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ Hello. Hello. Welcome to the webinar. I just want to inform to the persons present virtually that we will be starting the program within a few seconds. Please cooperate. Thank you. ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ
ಬರಲಿದ್ರು ಬೇಡ
Yes, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ನಾವು FKCC ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸಂಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ sustainable access to the safe water. This project is very important, especially in the rural areas, where the rural areas are facing the scarcity of water. And this purpose of the program is to create awareness among the public that NGO called SVYM, Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, is actually involved in this water project. And now I will not take much time. I welcome all the persons who are present physically as well as virtually. Now I request our President, Sri Paikal Sundar, to deliver the welcome address. Thank you, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Dr. Dennis Chauhan from Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, staff and management of team of SVYM, past president Sudhakar Shetty, colleague vice president Gopal Reddy, and secretary general and past president and managing committee members,
and who are all presently in the virtual and physical, all the participants in virtual, and also welcome to DK Shetty. Also, uh, at the outset, I extend warm welcome to all the officers from SVYM and the participant. This is the giant program of FKC and the Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement. FKC always work with the interest of trade and business community, and we are representing their grievances to government to seek their redressal. We have a large district direct membership about 3,500. We have 2,000 associations and 30 district chamber of commerce. Directly, indirectly, with nearly 1.18 lakhs trade community we are serving FKCCI. Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement is a development of organization engaged in the building of new civil society. The sector covered and health education, socio-economic, empowerment and training and research. Act a key facilitator in the community self-reliance and the empowerment. SVYM is the developing local, innovative and cost-effective solution to sustain the community-driven progresses. SVYM is the firm believer of values Satya, Ahimsa and Seva and Tyaga, which is the reflected on its daily activities. Its work partnership with the government and the corporate sector. Organization has implemented several community-based projects for rural folk and the deprived people. They have implemented the project called Sustained Access to the Safe Water Project in the village near Nelamangala, Vaskote and Raichur, Gulbarga and other places. All the companies with a net worth of 500 crores or more turnover to 1,000 crores or more, the net profit of 5 crores are the required to spend 2% of the average profit of CSR activities yearly. Corporate social responsibility is a broad concept that can be take the many reforms depending on the companies. Through the CSR program, business can benefit society while boosting their branding. Our members who has supported to make a provision for CSR funds as per Section 135 Companies Act 2013 may contact the non-profit organizations to ensure that the CSR fund are utilized the noble cause, providing a substantial development in the sector, the health, education, research and training. Dr. Dennis Chauhan will be speak the details about the organization and the schemes. I wish the webinar to more educative and informative and fruitful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome address. Now, the key speaker, Dr. Dennis Chauhan, will be speaking on behalf of the organization. He will be explaining about the organization, various activities that it has taken up, and the what now I request to take the stage and take these things forward. Thank you, Doctor.
Good evening, all. It's been a real privilege and honor, to come and talk in front of, the dignitaries of FKCCI. I would like to thank President Medical Sundaram sir, and all the other dignitaries who have been in front of us, as well as who has joined this webinar through the virtual mode. So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to present about the organization. So this is the actually, as Medical sir had clearly mentioned, the organization was started by the the medicals from the Mysore Medical College. So when they were in internship, actually they had started this organization, and now the organization is 37 years old, working in 4 sectors, and this is a typical tribal hamlet when they started doing the work, and this is a completely revolution from the roots. So this is what we believe in. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So these are the various activities those we are doing, and of course you can see all the 4 sectors which we believe in, like health, education, social, economic empowerment, training, and research. Next. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, can you just go back? Yeah, just go back. Yeah, if you see the photographs here, like first photograph is of the disability program that is called a CCST, Comprehensive Care Support and Treatment. So that we are working in entire districts of Mysore as well as Kodagu. So we are working with 38,000 of PWDs right now. And APPI is funding us, as in Premji Philanthropic Initiative, for this. And it's a, I would say, very, very gigantic project, starting from the early screening of the disability. Like we also have the outreach center of All India Institute of Speech and Hearing in our own hospital in Sargur. So we have a 100-bedded hospital in Sargur. So the children who are kind of getting birth in that area, not just in our hospital but the nearby hospitals, they all getting screened for the hearing as well as for the speaking abilities, like is going to listen or not, or hear or not in the future. So those sort of disability we identify, then we take them to the social as well as the economic rehabilitation. So as per the Government of India Disability Act, there are 21 types of disabilities, those the government has already mentioned. It includes the acid attack victims as well. So, and the genetic disorders like sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, and many more. Second photograph is of course, the palliative care center that we are running in Mysore. As I was mentioning, the palliative care center mainly started, for the people who are going to die soon. So we are trying to, bring some sort of joy into their life, at least some smile before they, depart from this world. So mainly the cancer stage 3, stage 4, then stroke, thalassemia, sickle cell anemia. So all those kind of patients who are suffering from the chronic illnesses and who are in the last stage, they usually go and get admitted. So we have a 16-bedded hospital. So we have tied up with Government of Karnataka. We have signed an MOU, and they have given us building inside the PKTB sanatorium in Mysore. And S.P. Balasubramanian, the renowned singer, unfortunately we lost him recently. So he used to sing for us. So in 2017 we had a program in Chodaya Memorial Hall in Bangalore. So there we have been able to raise a crore rupees. And February 9th, again we had a program in Mysore in Open University. So there also we have been able to raise some amount. So annually we need nearly 1 crore for the palliative care, because we are working in Mysore as well as in Hassan, and we are going to start up the palliative care in Dharwad as well. Third photograph is RCH program, reproductive and child health. So we are working in 6 taluks across the Bandipur and Nagarhole National Park. So starting from Gundlpete, second is Nanjangud, HD Kote, Sargur, Hunsur as well as Virajpete. So working in 275 tribal hamlets with 51,000 tribal population. So these are all, when I say tribal, they are not just STs. They are indigenous tribal groups, like the Jainu Kurbas, Betu Kurbas, Yarabas, Holigas, and Panyas. So who are there inside the forest before the, I would say, the Reserve Forest Act was declared by the government in 1972. So all these tribals, they did not know where to stay once they came out or thrown out from the forest. So they started staying here and there, and this is how the habitations or the hamlets, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ. So this is how they started, staying outside. So 51,000 of their population they are covering. Again, early identification of the pregnancy eligible couple. Like in Jainakurba, if I talk more, they don't have a tradition of marriage. So when they get mature, they just run away inside the forest, or doing some holy festival. Yavadu Jatra iddaga, they just go inside the forest, and when they come back, they are called as married or declared as married. And they start the pregnancy at very, very teenage, like 14, 15. So we have been, trying to catch up the eligible couples, which is very, very difficult because they will not disclose. If they are very, very close with you, then only they will talk to you. So we are working with them, and we are also giving them the medical care component. Like in all the hospitals, we have only one hospital, but in Gundlupet we have tied up with a private hospital. In Hosur we have tied up with a private hospital. In Virajpet also we have tied up with a private hospital. So all the delivery cases we are taking there, and they are getting delivered in a safe environment. So this is what we do in the RCH care. Fourth is a socio-economic empowerment program. So we have a livelihood center in Kenchanandi. So there we are offering three different varieties of livelihood programs. They are agriculture based, non-agriculture based, as well as academic programs. So when I say agriculture based, we have found that mushroom, the anve anta navu ಏನು ಕರೀತೀವಿ, mushroom is fetching lots of money to the people. So we have been, replicating this model of training more and more farmers to grow mushroom. In the mushroom, there are a couple of varieties of mushroom, that is button mushroom and oyster mushroom. So oyster mushroom is very easy to grow, and it's 200 rupees kg. In and around HD Kote, there are lots of resorts who also requires lots of mushroom for mushroom Manchurian or whatever mushroom soup. So all these mushroom getting sold, and farmers are getting good amount of income. Second, we are focusing on the animal husbandry as well as the dairy farming program. So we measure it clearly. Like before our training, if the cow was giving 2 liters of milk, which was fetching 50 rupees to the farmer, what we do after our training, we follow them up for the next 6 months, and we regularly check, how much the cow has given, how much the quantity has increased. But as per our experience, the 2 liters of milk will automatically increase once, they start giving the proper nutrition to the cows. So it means the farmer is going to get another 50 rupees at one time. So per day 100 rupees, so monthly 3,000 rupees, he will get more. So this is how we kind of measure our program. Like that, we have sericulture program as well. So as Mysore is famous for silk, we train the farmers in that also. In 28 days, farmer can get money. Then we train them in pisciculture, the fishery, because fishery also get lots of money. If you give 10,000 fingerlings, we call it as, or fish cubs, in 10,000, 5,000 will die immediately in fish pond. And there are few varieties like rohu, common carp, katla. So they grow up to 1.5 to 2 kilograms, one fish. And 1 kg is around 150 rupees. So now you can calculate. So one rohu will only fetch 300 rupees. And if you have 4,000 rohu with you, then you will be, Lakshadipati. So this is what we are trying to, focus more on the livelihood part. Non-agriculture based, we have a fashion designing course, we have a beautician course, we have a plumbing course, we have an electrician course for the youth. And these are all courses, they are sort of 10% we are charging from the youth, because that should be, there or nothing should be in this world. This is what we have learned over the period of 37 years. And we charge 10%, and we provide 90% from our side to train the youth. And because of Corona, there is a lots of reverse migration towards the villages now. So we are kind of, catch holding of all this youth. We are training them on mobile repair as well. So that is also one of the bigger things that we have thought of. So these are all programs for the youth under non-agriculture. And under academic programs, we have lots of paramedical programs like general nursing assistant, then Panchkarma therapist in yoga basics. Then we have a program like GNM. So all these programs, which are again, fetching lots of revenue to the youth. And one of the most ultimate program is the spoken English program. Spoken English, basic computer skills and soft skills. Because what we thought is, or what we had, learned around, the years, that once the youth starts speaking in English, his confidence will goes like anything. So he will be coming to Bangalore, and he will be, ready to face the anything, you come across. So this is what the confidence, if the person starts speaking English, gives. So with that basic computer and soft skill, if we add like a communication skill, then they can easily fetch 15,000 rupees per month. So this is about the livelihood program. We have a science park as well in Sargur. Then we have a 64 physics-based equipments. So all the students who are coming from North Karnataka, they visit Sargur for the science park, especially during the winter study tour. Then of course, the girl who is doing the shouldering part with the, I would say, the shoulder. So that is our tribal school. So we have a tribal school on the premises of Bandipura National Park. So there, 450 tribal children are studying there, as I mentioned the tribal's name. So we are training these students from young age, from 8th standard onwards only, because we don't know their future. Many of them they get drop out after 10th. Somebody or some of them will go for the further education. But if we train all of them in some of the things like tailoring or shouldering or anything like this, so this is called as IBT, Introduction to the Basic Technologies, so that we immediately give it to them within the 10th standard. Then we have a VSP, Viveka Scholar Program. You can see the doctor. He is intelligent, scholastic, but economically poor. So he doesn't have money, or he did not have money to go forward. So our Viveka Scholar Program had help the person, and now he's an MBBS doctor, and he had worked in our hospital as well. So many engineers we have formed till today, many doctors we have formed till today, many Ayurveda doctors we have formed till today through the Viveka Scholar Program. We also have our own community radio program, Janadhwani 90.8 megahertz. It is one of the revolution during the Corona time, because now everything is shut down, everything is locked down. But this is the studio from where the Taluka health officer, the district health officer, as well as all the other health department people used to telling the people that, hey, don't worry for the because of Corona you can go here and there. So this is what the community radio, hospital and disability program, and the school education program I was talking about. So these are all sorts of programs that we have. And the last program you can see with the foreigners. So we are tied up in nearly 14 universities, abroad universities. So University of Iowa, Northern Iowa, Minnesota, University of Cornell, Allegheny. So they are all tied up with us. University of Canada. So their youth, they regularly come to our organization every year. So nearly 50 youth we get, and we mentor them. In fact, a couple of girls were so, I would say, fond of the things that many of the materials which has been, kind of formed or created by our tribal women, they are selling in US now. So palazzo pants ಅಂತ ಇವಾಗ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ palazzo pants ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಹೊಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನ couple of students from Cornell University, they are selling it $20 in USA. So $20 ಗೆ ಒಂದು palazzo pants ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. And they immediately transfer the money to this women. So ಎಂಬತ್ SHG ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಗಿರಿಜನ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಒಕ್ಕೂಟ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫೆಡರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ on top of that. So it is very, very interesting. So trying to get women empowerment as well. So this is all about the organization. There are many other programs, but I will restrict myself to a particular program today. Next. Next one. Yeah. So we believe in the ethos of Mahatma Gandhi as well as Vivekananda. So Satya and Ahimsa, we have taken it from Gandhiji's philosophy, and Ahimsa, Seva and Tyaga from Vivekananda. As we are Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, we really believe in the thought process of Vivekananda, and we, I would say, live all these values. So till today, we have never given a single rupee to any government officer today. So that I can say with very, very proud words. Though we are working with Government of India, Government of Karnataka since 1990, so our work usually we get it done without giving a single rupee to anybody. So we are very, very clear with that. So Satya is always there with us. If you can go to next slide, then I think. Yeah. So Satya, guided by our core values of Satya and Tyaga. So transparency in action, disclosure and accounting procedures, independent governing body. So you can go and check our website at any time, and you will see the balance sheet. So from where we are getting the money and where we are spending the money. So that is very, very clear. And all the annual reports are regularly being updated on the website. Next is we work with the ethical and socially conscious partners. So we are very, very clear in choosing our partners. We do not work with Pepsi. Sorry to say, we do not work with Coca-Cola. We do not work with soft drinks. We do not work with smoking industries. We do not work with the beverages or the the manufacturers of the hot beverages. We can call it except tea and coffee. But we are very, very clear with our thought process in choosing the partner, so we do not work. So we had been gone through many processes in past. Many people had came forward to give us money, but we had gracefully denied that by saying that sorry, but we cannot work with you. So this is what we do. Listed in Niti Aayog, GuideStar, then Credibility Alliance. We had been declared as the best NGO in India award in 1916 by the Resource Alliance. So we are working with that. Second is guided by the principles of Seva and Tyaga. Now I am a Gujarati. So I have come to Karnataka in 2000. I studied in Karnataka up to 2007, and this is my first job that I am doing. And I started there as an intern in the hospital. And my main focus was I wanted to learn the clinicals. ಹೊಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂತ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, how to put dressing ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, how to manage the clinical emergencies. That was my main focus. But then I thought that I think it's very important, the time which I was spending, and I was getting very good sleep, because if I do something good during the daytime, I get very good sleep. This is all because of the mental satisfaction. Now ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ we just keep on run behind the money. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸಾರಿ, ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್. ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಹೆರಿಗೆ ನೋವು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಆಂಬುಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಳ್ಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? So this is what I regularly get in the area, and though I am a Gujarati, I am one of the most liked person in that area as well among the tribals. And of course, the ahimsa, when I say striving to be energy sufficient, that is also called as ahimsa towards the environment. We have the green campus. Our tribal school is fully functioning with solar right now, including solar pressure cooker and everything. Then a transition towards zero plastic, zero paper, and zero waste. So we are very particular in our all the program. And third is all SLM events are plastic free. So even we do not keep the plastic bottles also in any of our programs. So if you come to our program, you will never get the plastic bottles. You'll be always served water in the glass water. So this is how actually we have been since 37 years, and we are living with it. Next. SLM's approach is building a human and social capital. Now this is one of the very new concept that Dr. R. Balasubramanian, our founder president, had already been working towards that, and he is a visiting faculty to Harvard as well as Cornell. So regularly he visits there, and he had been in discussion. He is kind of advisor to PMO as well, and the form of human and social capital is very important. Now, what is human capital? Human capital is kind of developing the efficiency of building the capacity of the individual. That is called as building the human capital. What is social capital? Social capital is nothing but if I have a friend like Pedicusal is my friend, now I have developed a social capital with him. So I can touch with many people through him. Now, whoever are connected to through the virtual or through directly, they are all involved in my social capital today. So till the point human and social capital we do not develop, I think we cannot forward as a country. And grassroots actions, we believe in local innovations, we definitely come up with community-centric partnership. Without community, there is nothing in this world. This is what we believe. Completing institution and community-based interventions, then working with government corporates, low transaction cost, only 5 to 6% of the overheads we charge. Otherwise, everything goes to the people directly. Employed local people to encourage ownership. So over 80% staff are all local. Though if we have an office in Raichur, we have 80% staff of Raichur in Raichur. We have office in Gulbarga. We have 80% staff of Gulbarga in Gulbarga. Now we have office in Nelamangala as well, in Bangalore as well. So all local, like in HD Kote, we have 80% staff of HD Kote. Employed local people and identify local role models. So now we believe a lot in local role models. Like a tribal woman who was not going for delivery. Hospital. Now she has recently, like, I would just try to give a small story of Bhagya. So Bhagya had, born with a ಅವಳಿ ಜವಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾವು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಜೇನುಕುರುಬ ವುಮನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಸೇರಿಯನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಭಯ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸಿಸೇರಿಯನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವಳಿ ಜವಳು ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಬೋತ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. Very cute. I used to play with them regularly. One ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ನಾನು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ one child was dead already. All were crying. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? And I saw the dead body. ಹೇಗಾಯ್ತು? ಏನೋ ಸರ್ ವಾಂತಿ ಭೇದಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಮಗು ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. I just felt into pain. ಈಗಲೂ diarrhea and children are dying. And I felt that I am the responsible person for that. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರಾಫಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಮ್ಮ, 4 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಮಗು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತು ಬಿಡಿ. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಪೇನ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಮೈ ಫೋಕಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಎರಡನೇ ಮಗು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ diarrhea and vomiting and severely dehydrated. ಒಂದು 2-3 hours ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಗು ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಈ ಮಗುಗೆ ನಾವು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕು. ಈ ಮಗುನ ಕ್ರಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ನಾವು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ತಲೆ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Somehow I caught, the husband. I spoke with husband ಗೆ motivate ಮಾಡಿ I called 108. 108 ಬಂತು. This lady is not ready to go to hospital. 108 ಅವನು ವಾಪಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದ. ಸರ್, 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಬಂದು, ಅವ್ರು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ದು ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಗಾಡಿ ತರ ನಿಲ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. I gone to ಭಾಗ್ಯ and my mantra was only one. ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಗಾಡಿ ಹತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಗಾಡಿ ಹತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಾಕು. ಈ ಮಗನು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀನೇ ತಲೆ ತಿಂದು ನನಗೆ ಸಾಕು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ she was crying and shouting on me. There was no option. Finally I just go down ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮುಂದೆ, ಕಾಲ್ ಮುಂದೆ. ಗಾಡಿ ಹತ್ತಮ್ಮ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಹಾಡಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನನಗೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಹತ್ತೋಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಈ ಗಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ and we have been able to save the child. So that is the story. But the interesting fact about the Jain Kurba and the particularly vulnerable tribal group is ಸಂಜೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದೆ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಮೈ MHUs are always late. 8 ಗಂಟೆ ನಾಗರಹೊಳೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬಂದೆ. ಆಚೆ ಬಂದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು 8:30 ಮುಕ್ಕಾಲಾಗಿತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಒಳಗೆ, ಮಗು ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎದ್ದು ತಕ್ಷಣ ಓಡೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಓಡೋಗಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನನ್ನ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಿಧಾನ ಸ್ವರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಅಂತ. ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್? ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಹರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ವಾಸ್, ಸರ್ ಊಟ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. So she had already forgotten that she had lost a child in the body. So this is how our tribals are. They believe in present. Present ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊತೀರಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಭೂತಕಾಳನೆಲ್ಲ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ತಲೆ ಬಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Present is present. Forget future and do not bother about past. Otherwise you will be nowhere. And birth and death are also kind of very very natural in them. We continuously follow our tribal women. ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೆಲವು ಬಾಹುಬಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. I literally fight with them when I go for mobile health. ನೀನು ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಕಣೆ, ನನಗೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಅಂತ. ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಆನೇನು ಕಾಡಲಿನೇ ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ. And if I talk about the death, ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ನಿನ್ ಗಂಡನೇ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ ಗಂಡ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ದಮ್ಮ 1.5 ತಿಂಗಳ ಮುಂದೆ. ಸತ್ತೋಗಿ 1 ತಿಂಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಸತ್ತೋದ. ಈಗ ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ಏನ್ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು? ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಗಂಟೆಗಟ್ಟಲು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ನನ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್, ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಮೀ. ನನ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. So these are some of the positives. In fact, I have learned lots of life lessons. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. I think nowhere in none of the leadership books this story has been written out. So these are all life lessons which I live on a daily basis and very very interesting. So I am full of stories actually. When I ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, I think this webinar will never end. So I will just move forward. Next. Yeah, this is the map of the Hekadevan Kote where I work. So these are my friends actually on the lower steps. So we get elephants. I was telling sir, I got tiger last Friday. on duty. Safari hogilla on duty. I got leopards on last Friday in the morning and evening 2 times. And elephants are kind of regular friends, and of course you can see the Ajji on rides at Betapurba tribe with a typical dress and typical, Karunamai eyes, which I call. Next. These are some of the typical picture of Jaina Kurbas and Betapurba. So first photo is Betapurba, second is Soliga. They believe in lots of medications, and third one is of course the Jaina Kurba. Next. 3 million people being served till today through the organization, working in 30 districts, 40 plus projects and programs right now, 7 institutions we have, 100 plus partners we are working with, including Government of India, Government of Karnataka, KSAPs, KHPT, everybody, and 30 plus awards we have won so far in the organization. Next. These are some of the projects that have been directly funded by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India. So semi-residential primary schools. So our schools are like hut on the premises of Bandipura. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜೇನು ಕುರುಬರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು 4 ಗೋಡೆ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವರು. So for them specially designed classrooms. So they should be in the nature all the time. And ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಲೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆತರ ಇರಲ್ಲ, 2 ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ learning that we build in a lot. Mobile health unit then by tribal hospital as well as the development of particularly vulnerable tribal groups in Kumba. Next. Yeah, so we focus on the human development index. HDI and the now. Human development index is nothing but it's one of the indicator of public health actually. 3 components it's cover. First is knowledge. Knowledge means education. Second is life expectancy at birth. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬದುಕಬಹುದು ಅಂತ, that shows the health of the person. And third is per capita income. That is nothing but the finance. So we focus on all three components and promotion of role models. As I told, ಈಗ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Today ಭಾಗ್ಯ is a role model in that ಹಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಗು ಬದುಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋ, ಬದುಕ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ. So now Bhagya is only spokesperson for us. ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, just Bhagya ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, Bhagya will refer the case. And I got the phone calls. So this is how I think creation of role models is very, very important. And we believe in exposure visits. ಎಲ್ಲ best facility ಇದೆ. We are working with UNICEF also right now. PSCs ಮತ್ತೆ CSCs ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಟಾಪ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ PSC. ಲ್ಯಾಬೋರೇಟರಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲ್ಯಾಬೋರೇಟರಿ ಇದೆ, ಯೂರಿನ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯೂರಿನ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋದು ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ. So this is what we are working with UNICEF closely right now to make the proper infrastructure. So one PHC ನ ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ PHC ಈ ತರ ಇರಬೇಕು. And government has brought the Kayakalpa award also. Government award ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇದೆ. 5 lakhs. So this is what this can happen only in India ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So government is giving awards to the PHC doctors to do their damn duty. This is what. And purity, patience and perseverance ತುಂಬಾ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಬೇಕು, because development is always a very, very slow process. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸರ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಗಿಂತ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಹತ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಕಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೊಡೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. So there are lots of failures in this. I am just telling it with great, kind of smile on my face, but I have already, faced lots of brunt working with the tribal. It's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not easy. It's very, very difficult. But purity, patience and perseverance. ಹೇಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು, ಮಗು ಒಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಾಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಂತೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. If a youth gets the job, first ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಸರ್, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಮೊದಲೇ ಸಂಬಳ ಸರ್ 10,000 ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿಂತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. I think this is what is very, very important. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತನಕ ಇಲ್ಲ. I think we are nothing. We are a dead man. Next. So ಈಗ ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೊಸ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And our mobile health unit, you can see earlier it used to wait for the patients, but ಈಗ ಹೋದ್ರೆ patients line ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. Earlier I used to go home by home, house by house. ಈಗ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೆಲವರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ತರ ಒಳಗೆ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬರ್ಕುಲೋಸಿಸ್. ನಾವು ಸರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. 2025 ತನಕ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ TB ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂತ. I told sir unlikely ಅಂತ. Because ನಮ್ಮ HD ಕೋಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ at any point in time we have 35 sputum positive pulmonary tuberculosis patients. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಥೆರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಥೆರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್, ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ಒಬ್ರು 1 to 1 ಯಾರು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆವ್ರಿ ಎದೆವ್ರಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೇಟ್. I have another one story of Raju, finally passed away. It's a long story actually. He was connected with me, I was connected with him. He changed the ಹಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೊಡೋದು, ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ನಾನು ಕಾಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಹಾಡಿನೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಟ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ ಊರೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಊರು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಎಳಿಬೇಕು, ಕಳೋಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು TB ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು 10 ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So this is why TB free India revised national tuberculosis control program ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. Now government has changed it to NTEP, National Tuberculosis Eradication Program ಅಂತ. So that is that the government of India's goal is by 2025 India should be TB free. Next. A story of cancer with mobile activity came to hit doctor with stones. Then a story of Gange who serviced in the hospital. So idella kathegadu. If you have time, once I finish, we can talk. Next. This is a hospital, and this is one of the Jain by the hospital. So we have ಯೋಗಕ್ಷೇಮ ಸಮಿತಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಯೋಗಕ್ಷೇಮ ಸಮಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಯಾರು ಬಡವರು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಇದ್ರು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ರಾಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರನೇ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಫ್ರೀ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂತನಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ ಗಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಂತಿತ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ದೂರಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಡಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ವುಮನ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಈ ರೋಡ್ಗೆ 14 ವರ್ಷ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. We had fought for 14 years with government because the people were deprived from the health care. Delivery pain ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ 2.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು ಗಾಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಸಿಗೋದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ. ಆಮೇಲೆ they have been able to take it to the hospital. ಈಗ ನಾವು you cannot imagine the pain. ಎಷ್ಟು ನೋವಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅಂತ. And many maternal deaths had happened. ತುಂಬಾ ತಾಯಿಯರು ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So the only thing is government will not throw the data towards you and will be in the assumptions that we are doing extremely good in all these things and that. But I am the live witness for all these things. Next. Our school girl actually fell down from the tree. Nellikai season ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೇರಳ ರೋಡ್ 55 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಒಂದು ಚೀಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಲು, ಸ್ಪೈನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇಂಜುರಿ, ಬೋತ್ ಫುಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಕಮೋಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ನಾಗರೋಡ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್. ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾಡಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಜುನ ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ದಸರಾಗೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಹಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಎವ್ರಿ ವೀಕ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡಿಡ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹಾಡಿ. ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಕಮೋಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಇಂದ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. So this is how the thing should be. When ಆಗೋಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗೋ ಮನೆಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, how they will manage, how the people will manage. So I think this is a solution that we all need to think over. Next. Women empowerment. ಇದು ರಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಗಿಯಿಂದ 12 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ರಾಗಿದು 12 ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮಷೀನ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು. 1,30,000 1,40,000 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರಾಟ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ದೇ ಡೂ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಸೆಲಿಂಗ್. ಇವತ್ತು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಆರ್ ಸಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಈಗ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೈಜೀನ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚಸ್ So water ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ clean and potable drinking water, access to water, that's very important. ಈಗ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಫ್ರೋಸ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಹಿಮ್, he is working in Nelamangala since 3 years. 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. 900 ಅಡಿ ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನೀರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. What would be the condition of Bangalore tomorrow? We are the responsible people today. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ in upcoming days ಯಾರು ಮುಂದೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೈತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, nothing else. ಇವ್ರು ಏನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗಿಂತ. This is the situation in and around Bangalore today. So if we do not take proper step to get the clean and potable drinking water, then we are nowhere. The soft drinks, okay, then beverages, they are extracting water like anything. And India is the number 1 country in the world who has made the maximum number of holes in the mother earth. So maximum number of borewells India dalli ಇದೆ. And ದಿನ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಸೀಸನ್, ನೀವು HD ಕೋಟೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ 5 ಲಾರಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಹೊಡ್ತಾ ಕಾಣ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು, ಏನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. So there is no community irrigation, there is no community ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ನಂದು ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾಳೆ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಇತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. So all those sort of issues. Sanitation ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ಯಾರು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ? Who is going to take it forward? Who is going to throw it away? I had worked with BBMP workers ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಂಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. And if you see that condition, ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದಿ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್, ಹಸಿ ಕಸ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಣ ಕಸ, they do not use PPEs. ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ. And all were affected with skin disease. All were affected with skin disease. And I don't know what they eat after going back to the home. Just too dirty, just too garbage. You know, menstrual hygiene, pads, some nappies, diapers, everything mixed together. Separate madi, it's a very, very bad sign. I think nobody should see it. And manual scavenging, so this is another one area where we work in Gulbarga and Raichur. And water ಬಗ್ಗೆ Raichur, Gulbarga and Nelamangala, these are the 3 places where they are seriously working. Raichur is also dry, Gulbarga is also dry, and Nelamangala and in and around Bangalore is a big problem. So I would request all of you to please think it over, think it through, and we are always ready to work with the water, especially the replenishment of the water. It's not important to drag the or take the water out of the ground, but it's important to send back the water back to the mother earth. So now ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ರಿಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಅಂತ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ತೆಗೆದ್ರು ತಾನೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 900 ಅಡಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನೀರು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದ್ರು ಆರ್ಸೆನಿಕ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That is a chemical contamination. So biological contamination and chemical contamination, there are 2 parts in water. Biological contamination we can easily catch, E. coli irutte odagade. But chemical contamination jote ತಗೊಂಡು ಕುಡಿದು ಎಷ್ಟು 60 ವಯಸ್ಸು ಬದುಕೋನು ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, 40 ವರ್ಷ ಬದುಕಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. These are all, I would say, bloody factors, or the bloody facts in front of us. So we have to be, I think, very, very careful in utilizing all these things. And hygiene, 5 key. So ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಈಗ ವಾಶ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚರ್ಚೆ, ಕೈ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು because of corona. Okay, so 15th October is the global hand washing day. 15th October is global hand washing day, but now entire focus is on hand wash. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ God has already taught us, ಕೈ ತೊಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕತೆ ಮುಗಿದೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Because I had been to hospital, I was doing COVID rounds. ನಮ್ದು CCC ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಸರ್ಗೂರಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಬೆಡ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ನಾನು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಒಂದು BP ಹಾಕೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, BP ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮುಗಿದೋಯ್ತು. Many of our nurses became positive. Fortunately till today I had not got the positive result, but ನನಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಇದು. And of course we lost one person as well in the era of COVID. So when COVID already kalkondi. So I think this has been a long story, but now I think God is proving that with one small virus which is invisible, he can make everybody dance and everybody is dancing. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಡೇ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೈ ಹೇಗೆ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಶ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರೈಸ್. So we work with individuals, household, villages, community, institutions, organizations. So these are all our key processes. Next. So 2,57,748 people have been reached to water sanitation and hygiene interventions. 7 districts, 9 projects, 116 employees, as well as 6+ partners. Next. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನಾವು. ಸೊ ನೆಲಮಂಗಲದಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೊಸಕೋಟೆ, ಹಾಸನ್, ರಾಯಚೂರು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಳಂದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗಾದಲ್ಲಿ. So total 2,385 people we have reached. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ issues ಇದೆ. In fact, we have come up with lots of videos also. And these districts are really into dire straits right now. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರೀಜನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಬೋತ್, ಈ 3 ಜಾಗನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ it's in a very difficult situation right now. Next. Schools. So ಇವತ್ತು ತನಕ ಒಂದು 349 schools ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. When we had started working in Raichur, we were working with 1,108 schools totally. So ಇಡೀ ರಾಯಚೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 1,108 schools ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್ ಹೈಜೀನ್ ಜೊತೆ. ಈಗ 349 ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ and 58,000 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂಗನವಾಡೀಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 9,278 ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ we are directly working. Next. So SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, 2030 ತನಕ SDGs ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ came up with 17 SDGs. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 6 goal is clean water and sanitation. So ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರು ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Next. Sir, so these are some of the ownership model of development, local innovation and replication solutions. So community alline ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ they only find their own solutions. Water budgeting ಅಂತ one activity ಇದೆ. So ಹೇಗೆ water budget ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is also one of the activity that we regularly do. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗನೇ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಗತಿ I would say complete ಆಗಿ understanding on the importance of water. Next. Yeah, so 2,500 people approach with wash activities in community and institutions. So water access in scarce villages improved, rainwater harvesting model village created, safe water made available in schools, then wash infrastructure created in schools and anganwadis, as well as schools and anganwadis made safe hygiene practice centers. Next. Sustainability approach with different stakeholders. So O&M ಅಂದ್ರೆ operation and maintenance committee ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿತ್ತು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ದಿ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಗ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆನ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಹೇಗೆ ನೀರನ್ನ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈನರ್ ರಿಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ದೆನ್ ಆಶಾ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್, ಅಂಗನವಾಡಿ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್, ವಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. These are all the software activities. Software ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ. These are all hardware activities. So existing water points ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ರಿಪ್ಲಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇರೋದು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ we made them restored. Then provision of improved water supply. ಈಗ ಜಲ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಜಲ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಭಿಯಾನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಟಲ್ ಭೂಜಲ್ ಯೋಜನಾ ಅಂತ 3 ಯೋಜನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. So ಜಲ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಮಿಷನ್ we have already in practice actually. So ಉಚ್ಚೆಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಪಾಳ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, I will show you the photograph. So we are already ಹರ್ ಘರ್ ಜಲ್ ಹರ್ ಘರ್ ನಲ್. So this is the mantra of Prime Minister, so that we are already actually practicing. We have been practiced. So many of the nodal officers from Government of Karnataka, Department of Rural Drinking Water and Sanitation, they have already visited us to see our model, how we are working. Next. So this is Uchavadan Palya. So actually this is the first village. Ella mane munde you can see the stand post. Illinda tumba hatra, just 20 to 25 kilometers ಹೋದ್ರೆ ತುಮಕೂರಿನಿಂದ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೆಲಮಂಗಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಉಚ್ಚವಾಡನ್ ಪಾಳ್ಯ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. So please come, visit the area. You will get the direct feel on how we have created the models, and then you can think about it. Next, mini water supply and overhead tanks restored. So entire overhead tank na restore ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. This was constructed by government. ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು ಅದು. So we have made it rejuvenated once again. It is in running now. Mini water supplies ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So before and after photos ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. What we are doing. Next. ಇದು rain water ಹೇಗೆ just wash away. So we have created check dams ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Mainly for the recharge purpose. So ಅಲ್ಲಿನೇ ಒಂದು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಶಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೀರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀದಾ ನೀರು ಮದರ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ. You can hear the voice of the water going inside the mother earth. So ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ವಾಟರ್ ನ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇದೆ. So I can give you the liters of water also which we have harvested today. Next, rainwater harvesting at household level, modern villages. So rainwater harvesting construction completely. Ella maneyalli rainwater harvesting with tanks connected with the taps. Next, institution based software activities. So school ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ activities. Next, engage with school with multiple activities. Next, these are all regularly advocacy activity with all the schools, teachers, SDMC workers, and all the other stakeholders. Next, institution based hardware activities. So school ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರಿನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, potable and safe drinking water ಇರಬಹುದು, recharge mechanism ಇರಬಹುದು. So everything we are working on. So ಇವತ್ತು ತನಕ 1,05,30,30,179 ಲೀಟರ್ of rain water harvested through 8466 square meters. So 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ liters ನೀರನ್ನ ನಾವು already have harvested through the rainwater harvesting. So this is the formula that we have used and we are calculating through the square feet. Next, 3,000 plus children practicing safe urinating, defecating and managing menstrual hygiene in the areas where we are working. Next, 9 to 7-8 children consuming safe water and practicing hand wash urination. Next, impact study. So data to collect ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ impact ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ we measure everything. Without measure there is nothing there. Next, events. So we regularly work with everybody. In fact, Dharmadhikari jyothe we had a big program in Nelamangala. So Dharmadhikari ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ, and we had nearly 16 to 20,000 people on the day. Next, these are some of the letters given by the government schools, appreciation letters. Next, and these are some of the voices from the grassroots directly, what the people are feeling. So they have water line ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, then village ಇಂದ ಇವರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Some of these Ratnama, she is a user committee member. So we make the user committee members too. The user committee nu ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. User committee ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಆ ನೀರನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ನಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ they are the user committee. Next, these are all the government employees who are regularly working. So block education officer, Jilla Panchayat CEO, and all Gram Panchayati development officer as well. Next, these are all some of the daily news that we capture. Salumarada Timaka and many people, they have already visited our intervention areas and they are regularly working. Next, these are all media coverages that we regularly get. Next, 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 next. Yeah, so this is last slide, but I think my favorite slide and the most important slide is this is what Vivekananda told. Bring light to the ignorant and more light to the educated. So this is what is very, very important. Ignorant ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ತುಂಬಾ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ದೇವ್ರೆ ಅಂತ because Vivekananda knew at that point in time only that the upcoming world or the upcoming days are going to be horrible for this nation because of the people's behavior and mentality. So Vivekananda has given it. So for the vanities of the education of our times are tremendous. So you can see the photograph, one of my favorite ones, where you can see the women are taking water. You can see the elephant at one place and KSRTC bus is going also. So this is a world of everybody. It's not just one of human beings. So we should have or we have to create a enough space for each and every human being as well as animal being to stay together and make this world a better place to live. So thank you so much for listening with patience and giving attention. Thank you so much. So ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನನಗೆ. Of course, I have multiple stories and many stories that I can tell it to you if somebody is interested. And what I would suggest is, what I would request is, one, as I had reiterating again and again, Bangalore rural and urban needs lots of intervention. Second, Raichur and Gulbarga also needs lots of intervention. So these are the three sites that we are looking after. And I would request all of you to visit our hospital in Sargon. And we have a CBSE school, we have a science park, we have a livelihood center, we have a tribal school. So one day medical sir agli helidini nanu. So sir has agreed to visit. So I would like everybody who are sitting here to visit our centers. We have a leadership institution in Mysore. In Mysore we train everybody, including IAS officers. So we know most of the IAS officers, especially secretary, additional secretary, chief secretary level at Government of India as well. We regularly work with them because we work with Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And one of our colleagues, Dr. M. Balasubramania, is already working in Government of India under the NHRC right now. So we have gone up to Government of India and trying to push everybody, to make this place a better world. Because it's not about now Swartyagi, it very hogala. I think it's a time that we think of everybody and think socially. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಬರೀ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, now there was no need for me to come to Karnataka and work. Okay, I just fell in love with tribals, and I felt that okay, I think this is my love, this is my karma bhumi. I think I should spend time here, and I think the inner satisfaction is the most important thing. And I believe in karma. ಸತ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನೋ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಸತ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಯಾವಾಗ ದೇವರು ಬಟನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So sat hogre yaar ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಲ್ಲ. I think whatever we have to do karma. We have to do good karma. That's all. ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರೋದು. And ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರನು ಅದೇ ಆಗೋದು. Nothing else. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ there is a famous dialogue of Rajesh Khanna, okay, in the film, that दुनिया एक रंगमंच है, हम सब ये रंगमंच की कठपुतलियां हैं. So we are all the toys of this, beautiful world. So thank you so much.
Doctor, you have made very clear that Swami Vivekananda both movement is a manifestation of Seva and Tyaga, the principles of Swami Vivekananda. Now I request our President to honor the speaker, Dr. Dinesh.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं.
Sir, my question.
Yes, sir, please.
Is your native?
I'm a Gujarati. Yes.
From where?
I'm from Dan district.
I'm from Kutch.
Oh wow, fantastic. Which part of Kutch?
Kutch in Nakatra.
Oh, Nakatra. I've been to Gujarat many times. My money name is Ashapura. I'm a party. Yeah.
Just in Kannada. Martha number. We directly class at the
Oh.
Just a small video about the water project. Takes about 5 to 7 minutes. I request them to play the video.
Oh, you know. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀರಿನ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಮಳೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮ ಬೇರುಗಳಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
Very good.
Thanks for the video. Now, I request our Vice President, Sri B. Gopal Reddy. Thanks.
First of all, congratulations. It's very, very strong presentation and a pitch. It will attract a lot of participation and intervention. So I have one suggestion for the education side. This is a project that youngsters must come and see, feel, experience. There is something called a rural immersion program in most of the schools and colleges. So we should make it open to them to come. Maybe thanks to Chamber again, Chamber is involved in the education institutions as well. So we can do various committees and all that. We can work out a mechanism where the institutions send their students to the project sites. Maybe it's a half a day or 1 day visit, rural immersion program. Our students must know about it. Both the city college or school students, including the rural districts, can be done. We could possibly look at that. I'll be the first to organize at least 3 teams to come to your project from 3 different institutions.
We have already been doing like we are doing a tribal immersion program. Like tribal immersion program. So tribal immersion program, so Titan is regularly sending their employees. And Nexus Instruments is also sending their employees. So I think that is very important. The people who are already working under the industries, if they get immersed into the social sector, I think that's very important. Because what happens is, when the people are working or, in Indian industry, what happens is, of course, it also creates lots of stress. Like you go in the morning, come back in the evening, you don't have time, you get one Sunday that you always would like to spend with family. So you never get a chance where you can, get involved in such activities. So that's always been a challenge. So what we do is for this tribal immersion program, we call up people and we create a projects for them, small projects of just 1 day. So we divide the team into 2 different teams, like team A and team B. We send them to 2 different tribal colonies with a different challenge. And later afternoon, after lunch, they have to present in front of us. What did they feel? I think this is where the rigor of, I would say entire social activities would come up inside the industrialists. Otherwise, it would be very, very difficult. If you just do the exposure, I think you use the correct words like immersion. So immersion of, I think, all in this program will make lots of sense. So thank you so much.
Thank you, President.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Dr. Danish Chauhan. This was a wonderful program for enlightening everybody, even for our FACC members, and it was a good event. I run a school about 1,500 students. I request you to come and visit our school and make one presentation for our rural belt school so that they can also get enlightened all these water saving resources and all. Thank you for coming and participating in this event. Thank you all and all.